What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we just gonna hop right into it. So, today we will be talking about the recent news that the Atlanta or Georgia, whatever the hell, DA office filed to get Young Thug's probation revoked. So, if you don't remember, when Young Thug was finally released from custody is because he pled guilty to gang charges. What was it? He played gang. I forgot what gang drug. Either way, basically he got probation where he had to leave the city of Atlanta. He couldn't deal with other gang members. He could work, some through the artists. They said something about gunning and working with other artists in the case. So he could obviously, work with other artists. He couldn't, do, obviously the normal stipulations of the drugs, and he can't be around guns, being a felon, and that he had to do some concerts. So that was his stipulations for his probation, and that he couldn't live in Metro Atlanta. That's it already, but there was his stipulations for his probation. But Young Thug. I mean, I understand, being bored on Twitter sometimes. You want to give a personal opinion, and sometimes it just flies out. So if you didn't know and you're wondering why they were trying to file for Young Thug to get his probation revoked, it's for two reasons. So, first, the main reason, and it's actually related to Lil Baby Rico video I did, so check that out. Details. It's looking, a little predictable for Lil Baby, but he might beat it. And I just want y'all to know in June, I predicted Thug was gonna beat the Rico, so I might be here early. Anyway, what I'm saying is, in the case basically where one of the possibilities and why people think that a Rico is coming for Lil Baby, besides the public defender comment, is that the people he's rivaled against actually, caught a charge, or caught a charge, got in trouble for ending up shooting, well, one 13-year-old, and they injured the other 13-year-old. And obviously, in retaliation for something, Lil Babies and their crew did. It was the whole retaliation thing that they got in trouble for, basically. But while they're in court, and one of the wiretaps that one of the ladies is working in the DA office, she posted, basically somebody was saying that it was very hearsay bad. Lil Baby had tickets on somebody's head. So he responded to this and posted a picture of the woman. Let me look up her name. I keep forgetting her name. It's like Nicole. Oh, I said Nicole. Marissa Verito. And basically he called her the biggest liar in the DA office. So that is one thing they tried to get him on. The second thing was another thing. I did a video on him talking about the autopsy for Young Scooter, when he put out there that the police shot Young Scooter. And the reason I even say this, because Fannie Willis said in reply to herself, she felt like that was a violation of his probation, because that was like, what she said. Hold on, she said some dumb shit. That shit, like, that just really blew me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna turn this into a Fannie Willis hate video, but boy, do I want to. I'm not even gonna lie to you. She said it qualifies as gang activity because it threatens law enforcement. Basically, she was saying because he put out there that, law enforcement might did this is, but I get that Young Thug has influence, but how much influence do they think Young Thug got that he can just say that law enforcement, that bro got shot and law enforcement may did this and he gonna start a riot? How much influence do they think Young Thug got? Because he got influence, but I don't know if he got as much influence that they trying to put out there. But responding to and it came out today that Judge Whitaker, the judge who's the new judge that resided over the case towards the end, because y'all know it took about, I think this is about their third, fourth judge, and she resided that his probation will not be revoked. So Young Thug will remain on probation and out of jail for the time being. So responding to the first part about the biggest liar in the DA office, now obviously, one, he is going to support somebody he has a close relationship in Lil Baby. That is really the angle I thought they was gonna take when I first seen this. I thought they were gonna try to say he was hanging out with gang members because he just dropped a song with Lil Baby and Future's not as much of a documented gang member, but Lil Baby definitely with his incoming Rico and them having him the 4PF on the gang list a couple years ago. It he has more of a thing where he might be a documented gang member. So I thought that was more the angle they was coming for, but it's not that. It's his tweets, but. And it was confirmed his tweets because the judge put as a footnote at the end when he said he revoked. He said even though that he is allowed to tweet and say some of these things, he should probably be a little more careful to choose his words and what to tweet a little bit better. So my thing going back to the Marissa whatever her damn name is comment is at the end of the day, that is like people say he's not violating because that's a First Amendment right. He is just giving there's nothing in his probation that says he cannot talk about anybody on the other side of the case involved with the case, especially in the manner that he did when he just called her a liar. That's exercising his First Amendment right. So there is nothing that wrong that he did. It's just obviously if you're talking about the DA office, probably is going to agitate the DA office, which is that. The thing about Fannie Willis comments is just I don't know what to say about that woman. I like every time I try to speak on it because I really don't want to disrespect a black woman with a position of power because I know this doesn't happen as often, very often. But she every time she talks, she just pisses me off, man. She just makes me more and more mad because what about like I'm saying, what about that is really going to harm law enforcement? I don't know what made Thug say that because that's not what the medical examiner came out and said. But what the hell does she think was really gonna come for that? She really just be trying to paint people as like these demonic and evil creatures, and that's what she's going to try to do with little baby and then little boys that got killed. She's going to try to paint this crazy picture of them like they're not human at the end of the day and like there's not two sides to this and like there's not the other side of people trying to do the same thing on the other side. She's going to try to paint this picture knowing they're bigger rappers, so it's going to get elevated because of their stature. And on top of that, these are black men in their community who are actually doing for their community. They're actually doing a lot and giving back, especially Thug. So it's just like you say, you're trying to help this and help that, but when you're throwing out reckless charges like shit that people, that you're not actually getting people on, it's just fucking, I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Like, I really don't get it, but I'm really glad to see that Young Thug shit got provoked and that Young Thug will remain out of jail, and I hope that he does chill on the Twitter rants because I don't want to see my man go to jail and get his probation revoked for a fucking tweet. So, but that's all I really gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG TikTok on the video, and we out.